What up? What up? Behringer. Let's talk about it. What do I think about them? How do I feel about them? What's my experience with the actual product or company, as I would say, because there's a lot of different things that they have their foot in that you guys don't even really think about or consider. Like TC Electronics, Behringer owns that. They own Midas. They own Clark Technic. They own and operate a lot of other things that, not maybe super high end gear and companies that they own, but they do own a lot of entry level gear companies, and they have their involvement with some stuff that might find themselves in major projects, or might find themselves in a big studio. Like, there's a lot of studios overseas with the Clark Technics, because the Clark Technics, the LA2As, you pretty much can upgrade them. And the circuitry in the LA2A is not that complex. It's not rocket science. Excuse me. It's not like you have to go out there and source like some world-class parts for the actual device. The actual device itself, the circuitry is old. It's almost 75 years, probably longer than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like the actual design and everything of it, the actual technology is older than some of our grandparents. So it's like, to think about it, in the light of saying that they can't make something like that and make it good, like, that would be false. Now, them making it maybe is the exact replica as the original, not possible, because the original is the original, depending on, different types of parts and different things. But at the same time, a lot of y'all be judging products and stuff with the Formula One mentality, which is good, but y'all ain't even racing go-karts. You get what I'm saying? Y'all trying to do things with a Formula One mentality, but y'all ain't even racing shifter cars. If y'all know what I'm saying. Like y'all ain't even on that level, but y'all trying to have that mentality, which most of y'all don't even play on that level. Now, it's cool to have that level, but people have talked about this in the past. Like, you spend all this money on gear, and then you ain't even learning the gear. You just buying it just because of the name, and you got all this expensive gear, when really, in reality, you could have bought a lot of used and inexpensive gear that's maybe a clone of what you're talking about, and it might not be as good as what you're wanting, but at least you'll figure out which tools you need, because you don't need every piece of gear. Like, most of these people that have like tons of gear, man, they don't need all that shit for real. They don't. And if they say they do, they're slowing up the process, because there's a lot of times where I've learned from a lot of Behringer gear, and from that situation, I experience knowing what the good gear can do and what the benefits of it truly. Like, now I know why a SSL super analog preamp is good. I know the elements and the reasons why it's good as it is. You know what I'm saying? Versus maybe a preamp on a Behringer mixer, which I've had a Behringer mixer in here before, long time ago. I would say probably about 4 or 5 years ago. So I know like what it is to use an inexpensive batch of gear, and I can tell you that the difference of using something that might have a little bit more notoriety as far as the name, I could tell you the difference of it. So I'm not sitting up here like talking to you and I haven't been through a period of time where I've used Behringer products. Like my LA2As, they Clark Technics. So that's a Behringer product. So I can't say that I don't use Behringer. My X Touch is made by Behringer. And it's just a controller. I mean, it's just, it's not something that generates sound per se. It controls it controls logic. But at the same time, the products that they do make, I just know which ones that I can use in my group of things that I do. I know which ones I can't use now at the level and the scope that I've done things at. But like I say, you can learn a lot from buying inexpensive gear, buying it, using it. If it breaks, don't worry about it. Put it to the side. Either buy another one or save up and buy the one. If you really needed that, then buy its larger name product of that same product. If you bought a Behringer VCA compressor and it worked good for you, and let's just say you use it for three to 4 years and it go out on you, then you need to find an SSL VCA. You deserve one at that point. You deserve to have a better VCA compressor, and it might not be technically better, but you know why it is what it is. You know the reasons. You didn't go out and spend a grip on something. You didn't spend $2,000 on an SSL compressor, and you don't even know why you spent $2,000. You just spent it because you saw it in somebody else's studio and they were using it on YouTube. That would be dumb. So that's what I'm saying. Like, Behringer is not bad if you're using it on a level, let's just say, if you're just getting into analog gear, you're just starting out, Behringer is perfect. You know what I'm saying? It's perfect. Because you need to know why you need this other group of gear. You need to know why you deserve an SSL compressor. You need to know why you deserve, a real version of this. You know what I'm saying? And when they dropped the SP1200 for $500, I'm not even gonna lie, I might be tempted to buy one just to learn the techniques of how to use the SP1200. It ain't gonna might even not be for me to do production on. But at the same time, if I can make my and I'm definitely not down in my other gear, but if I can make my old Cord Chrome sound wonderful through my analog setup that I got now, I'm pretty sure I can make an SP1200 made by Behringer sound dope too. Now it might not sound quite like an SP1200 right off the bat, off the rip, but I'm gonna make it sound like my own version of that sound. If I can just get that sound to go through my gear, the way I got my gear set up, then it's gonna sound dope. So, like I say, I would be tempted to buy SP1200 just to see what it do. You know what I'm saying? Just to see how it functions. So, I think I've probably said enough in this video to make half of y'all go crazy and pull y'all hair out, but I don't give a damn. Y'all tell me what y'all think down below in the comments. Peace. I'm out.